Happy New Year.
I was just gonna say, I'd like to say Happy New Year to you and
Yes.
our
And to you and
listeners out
yours.
there.
Yes. All 38.
Kind regards.
Best wishes.
You know the new
Kindest
season
regards.
starts tomorrow.
Yes.
The last of the new season starts tomorrow.
6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we're all caught up. So
yeah, me
so
too.
sad.
I know. I've been actually, I don't know why, but my DVR has been re-recording old ones, which is kind of fine because there's it's this time of year. There's no shows that you like or like new right now, and there's
Yeah,
not
they're
much
like
on, and
hibernation.
yeah, so I've been rewatching them and I'm like, I forget how much I love this show and how funny
Yeah.
it is. It's
I
like,
just love Alexis.
uh-huh. It's just so soothing to watch, like, because it's so just brainless and,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
like the
miss it
new
when it's done.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Schitt's Creek, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The 38 listeners. I'm actually thinking 8 of those listeners might be the 8 platforms I went to and like totally calling myself out on here.
That's all right.
Yeah. I just did the old Luca Magnotta move and created different profiles.
Oh my God, that was just,
I know. Don't fuck with cats. Don't.
ugh, that was
I'm
intense.
so thank you so much for recommending that.
I mean, but did you find yourself like, I want more, I need to see more, I need to
Oh,
know what's
yeah. I was thinking because there's only 3 episodes, they're going to come out with more.
right?
And we're going to find out like more details and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Rio and like hunt the lady down if that's where she works.
Right? Like body moving. Like,
Body moving.
first of all, that is the most amazing name to give yourself.
I know. Why don't I think of anything cool like that?
I don't know. And the way she spelled it, it was just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And between her and was it John Green?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like better
Amazing.
that documentary was really like telling everybody that internet sleuths are better than the actual police.
How sad though. I just can't believe how many times they tried contacting um,
And they
the
didn't
police.
care.
No, it's crazy. Like just because in the beginning, he's, killed the kittens or whatever, you can't just go, oh, it's just a little animal, it's nothing big. Because we all know, and I'm sorry if
Right.
you're into true crime, you all know
Yes.
it starts with
The
people who
trifecta.
hurt animals. Yes.
Yes. He probably pissed his bed as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He probably hit his head.
And probably multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Has mommy issues.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
She she had her own issues.
She was a piece of work.
Yeah. I was watching that and I was
You all
like,
are stalkers.
you're acting like you're 16. He's a good boy.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
Manny. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't
Manny
want to
did.
spoiler alert on here, but the
Yeah.
end with the connection of that, I was like, this can't be it. We
I
need to know
know.
more.
I know. It was when
So
they started referencing movies, I was like, holy shit.
I would have never gotten that.
No, never,
I'd be the
never.
worst sleuth.
Oh my God. I'm
Uh,
looking around my house right now and I just realized I forgot 2 Christmas decorations
me too. Exactly
because
too.
they're up high on top of like my cabinet things, and until I sat here on my couch and looked up, I didn't even realize I forgot to
Oh
take them down.
crap.
That's
And
all
is
right. At least
everything
they're
away? The
cute.
boxes are up in the
No, actually,
rafters.
no, actually, I had Brian leave all the boxes out because this weekend I actually want to go through my decorations and get rid of stuff because I have so much stuff in there, and a couple years ago I actually changed all my decorations for Christmas, like the color scheme and all
But what
that,
if you
and
want to change it back?
but I wouldn't change it back to whatever's in that box. A
Oh.
lot of it was stuff that was like it was either his or it was like,
Oh, get rid
you
of
know, you know what I mean? It's not stuff that it's not something that I would decorate with.
it. Right.
And it's just colors that like it's traditional like red and green, and which there's nothing wrong with that, but if I ever changed from my colors of my silver and rose gold and stuff, I'd probably go to just doing like white and red, like lots of clear
Right.
lights and red. And like, I just don't, I'm not big on the red green thing for Christmas. It's just not my jam.
Yeah.
So,
Did you ever
yeah,
watch the movies that made us about Home Alone?
I did. And I loved it. And I was fucking so surprised. I had no idea that they built that house inside a college gymnasium.
I know.
Gymnasium. Like gymnasium or
Gym,
gymnasium? The
gym,
gym. Na-
nasium,
okay.
gymnasium.
Yeah. We're
Why
gonna
is
go
there
with
so
that.
many letters? Gym, yeah.
Yeah, in the gym. Yeah, I was floored by that. I had no
And the
idea.
pool thing, that was great.
Uh-huh.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was really
You said
cool.
red and green, and it reminded me how they made everything red and
Red and
green.
green. Yeah,
And I loved their house. I was like, the house is so cool.
I know.
It's
I
like
know.
Christmas all the time. It
Mm-hmm.
really was.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. That was actually really interesting. I loved the Dirty Dancing one. Um, I thought that was really cool to see, like them auditioning and just all the stuff that you never would have really known.
I don't think I finished that one because Nick wasn't really into Dirty Dancing, so we
Oh,
didn't really watch it.
oh, that's the
Well,
first one.
well, he leaves tomorrow, so I can watch it.
Where's he going?
LA,
Oh, oh, that's right. I think you told me that.
Pismo Beach, and all the clams you can eat.
What's he going there for?
No, that was a Bugs Bunny reference. Oh,
Oh.
Mayan! but but he is going to LA for some appointments or
Oh, okay.
meetings or
Meetings.
whatever they
Yeah.
call it in the industry.
Did you I know you said you kind of checked out of the Globes early. What did you think of it from what you saw?
Eh, wasn't any. I was actually surprised at some of the people that didn't win.
Yeah, I was as well. I will say I was really happy for Joaquin Phoenix though.
Yeah, he deserved it
I
for
think he
sure.
did. Yeah. Um and I
And after doing all that and he's still alive, that's pretty
right?
like he's done so many characters that are so like out there and he's still. Did you know that their family was in the Children of God?
No. Wait,
That
what's the Children of God?
it's a very Scientology cult like, they don't think they're a cult, but they're pretty much a cult.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it's a lot of like young child violating type.
Hmm.
It's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah. See, and that's what makes me like today I was looking on social media and a lot of people were commenting about how they're like, people were saying like, "Oh, how wasted was he on stage last night?" and blah blah blah, and then other people would chime in and were like, "He wasn't wasted. He's just naturally weird. He's weird." Blah blah, just going on and on, and it made me mad because it's like, first of all, you have no idea what this person has been through in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we know that his brother died at a young age and he was there holding him while he died. And, obviously now you just talked about the Children of God thing. I'm sure that wasn't, I'm sure that was traumatizing. But it makes me angry that people think that just because somebody is different and they're not this like pretentious, typical Hollywood actor, I'm not saying they all are, but you know what I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
it makes him a freak or a weirdo or whatever. Like it just makes me angry that people are still kind of putting that stigma on mental issues
Well,
and it
and
just bothers me.
why can't you just mind your own fucking business?
Right. I mean, he's
Like, so what if he had a couple of drinks at the table? Everybody there
yeah.
does.
The one broad that won, she's like, "Sorry, I'm a little boozy. I
Yeah.
didn't think I was gonna win." And I'm like,
Yeah.
at least she's like,
She's great.
I would expect anyone who got up there would have been like a few cocktails deep by the time that they got up there, especially the
And
presenters.
you get up on stage with a
That
surprise win and
right.
say something that you're supposed to say that you're like, this
Yeah.
was a total surprise to me.
Uh,
So
You know,
you see how freaking fluent and
right.
regal you are up there.
Yeah. I Ooh, regal. I like that.
People are assholes.
I like that word regal. I need to start
Mm-hmm.
using that in my vocabulary. Regal.
Word of the day tomorrow.
Regal.
Use it and text me how you used it.
Okay, I will. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, and I think people think that because someone is a famous actor or actress or whatever, that they aren't shy or they don't have any sort of stage fright. There are so many actors that have anxiety, depression, stage fright, even though they get up there and they do it when they need to.
I
It
would
doesn't,
say just about all of them do.
right? It doesn't make it any easier to get up in a room full of all those people staring at you. And like you said, you're probably shocked that you won and give this speech. And so what if he's a little bit different? That
Yeah,
doesn't make him a freak, and that's what makes me so angry. I mean, this is a whole other podcast we could
I
start, but
know.
I just
It's sad though.
it's
I
very
know
sad, and
it's
it just makes me, I don't know, makes me, I mean, I know because I mean, I deal with anxiety and depression, and I
yeah,
take medication for it, and I'm proud of that, and it
we all do.
doesn't bother me. Right. But I would be extremely hurt if someone called me a freak or said I was weird, because there are times when I'm in public or social settings where I might be a little different because my anxiety's kicking in, but that doesn't make
Right.
me a freak? So it just,
And
I don't know,
20
it bothers
bucks,
me.
none of those people would say it to his face. They're all
Uh-uh.
trolling behind the scenes.
Yeah, assholes.
Speaking of social
Hmm.
media, we are now on Twitter.
Woohoo!
We're on the Twitter.
On the
Um,
Twitter?
and I follow Lizzo,
Mm-hmm.
or we do.
Mm-hmm.
The customers, it's actually at AholeStories, kind of like the Gmail account.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because the customer's always an asshole is a very long Twitter handle and was denied. So AholeStories on Twitter, and we follow Lizzo. And she said, I'm getting off Twitter because there's too many trolls. And I was like, oh, nobody can just have fun anymore.
No, they can't. And
Gotta ruin everything.
I think it must be horrible on that side of the industry, whether it's music or acting or whatever, sports, to, I get they've quote unquote signed up for that, but no one signs up to be ridiculed and, you know, called out or whatever on social media, especially when you don't even know that person.
Yeah, and they make one little, like, God, all the mistakes I've made in my life, if I was all of a sudden famous, I'd be fucked.
Right.
They make one little tiny mistake and they're labeled as,
Hmm.
problem, racist, like, God forbid. And that's just because they're like constantly on display, where I've been able to bury that shit before social media even happened.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's sad.
that's why I
Here,
find,
tonight let's drink to the men and women of the movie industry that service us
hmm
in certain ways,
hmm
that service our entertainment intellect.
uh-huh.
I'll drink to that.
I will. Cheers.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast, woohoo, with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
This is Melissa.
And this is Michelle. Thanks for listening.
Send your asshole stories to
AholeStories@gmail.com.
text or leave a message at
702-551-2011. Standard rate supply. And don't forget,
don't be an asshole. Bye.